I'm Miss Candee. I'm an old showgirl, and I love a VB.
Miss Candee, yeah, matriarch of Melbourne. You know, Miss Candee, like, she's just that person. Everyone knows who she is, and like I said before, drinks a lot of VB. If someone's been doing it for like 80 years like her, and still alive, I commend them. I commend them. It's a lot of beer. It's a lot of beer.
I mean, I don't drink as much as I used to drink. I used to be shocking, but now I'm really, a couple of kegs a night, I'm pretty right. I think that a lot of it's an act as well, I must admit. They expect me to be a bit tipsy or have a VB in my hand, so hey, I'll oblige them. I'm that kind of a girl.
That's part of Candee's character too. She's a bit of a drunken, boozy old broad, isn't she?
She's a bit like that. She's a boozy babe.
Gorgeous, Melbourne institution. Would love to say we're friends, but every time I see her out, she's fucking shit-faced. All I get is a, who are you? Damn the fuck well who I am anyway, but you get that, don't you? She's gay. She's gay. She's gay.
Story when she had a driver's license, which is quite strange to think of Miss Candee with a driver's license. The police pulled her up for being, driving under the influence, and they asked for her name. She was in drag behind the wheel. She said Candee, and the policeman said, "Candee what?" She said, "Miss Candee," which I thought was cat. She got arrested.
The matriarch of Melbourne, as they call her. Love her, she'll be back telling me that I'm gorgeous as ever, and then turning around to the next girl and saying the same thing. It's normal. It's Candee. We love it.
Absolutely. We always tell everybody they're gorgeous to their face.
Candee recently told me that she never got me, and I was like, what is there to get? Like, hello? And she was like, never got ya until now, and that was until we worked together in the Sholesville Royale at the Greyhound. And yeah, we actually sat next to each other in the dressing room, so we got to know each other a lot better during that time, and I just love her. She's quite vitriolic. Like, when she decides to bitch about someone, she really gets the knives out, and that's something that I look for in a friend.
I knew I'd like her. She's good value. This really is a love fest, isn't it?
Miss Candee, we call him Mama Candees. Yeah, I know Candee for a long time, and things like I know Doreen and Rita and Paris. Yeah, she's like a mother figure for me, and then inspired to doing the tracks.
I'll hold all the drag bags. I'll hold all your drag bags for you, love.
Yeah, give them to me, love.
Okay.
You right?
Thank you. Well, there you go.
So away we go, so away we hang. How are you, Candee?
Oh, good, thanks.
Actually, I'm a bit. It's a warm and muggy night, a warm and balmy night here in Melbourne. So it's only my second week back in drag, doing shows. So it's just taking a bit of getting used to, really.
So how's it been at DT's? You're at DT's now?
It's fantastic, and we sort of came into it not knowing what to expect, but it's a real ball, and we're having a great time. I think the crowd's fantastic, and it's always lovely to work with Susan. She's a real little trooper. We do love her. Yeah, so it's fun. It's just DT's has got new owners, and they wanted to have a fresh start and a whole new look. So Susan and I are holding the fort, and we've got some fabulous guests each week. And I always thought it was an older crowd, but it's not. There's some really hot, horny, handsome
I love handsome.
men there, which I'm actually quite
I love hot.
loving
Who's
it.
your celebrity crush?
Celebrity. Oh gosh. Celebrity. Oh, so many celebrities. God. There's so much cock out there. Oh dear. My celebrity crush. Do you know when I was a kid, we used to have pen pals. I used to write letters to Janie Cunningham. I didn't know it was in syndication. I thought she was the same age I was. Turned out she was 40. Anyway, oh God, I used to like Marsha Brady, but then she got older than I did, and I didn't like Jane. I like Cindy Brady, but then I felt dirty.
Crush? You had a crush on Cindy Brady?
No, not so much of a crush. Found her interesting.
I couldn't see you sleeping with Cindy Brady.
No. That's the funny thing. Neither could she. Oh, who my celebrity crush? I love so much cock out there.
You could meet someone right now. Dr. Chris Brown. Who?
I'll tell you what. No. Who?
Dr. Chris Brown.
Who's that?
The Bondi vet.
No.
No, not your type.
No, he doesn't.
You like him dark, don't you?
Dark?
Tall, dark, and handsome.
I like him breathing. Although. Tall, dark, and handsome. No, that's not much of tall, dark, and handsome. I like him a little chunky. I like a meaty man. I like a meaty. I think Nova likes a meaty man too.
She likes them Turkish. Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern?
Yes. Apparently you're very popular in a little town in Turkey.
Oh, is that
little drag
really?
queen. Yes.
Maybe we should go.
Lindsay from Pride TV was telling me that you're quite popular in a little town in Turkey.
And I actually really have got the hots for what's that doctor, that vet's name on Dr.
Chris Brown.
Oh my God, he
Really?
could put his
Stethoscope.
stethoscope under my bed anytime he wants. I mean, he's the first guy that I really liked. I mean, I've never had a crush on anybody, really. Mind you, when I was younger, I had a crush on Cindy Brady. But nothing happened. I grew out of it. Actually, I mean, I just felt so dirty. I felt so dirty, and I felt even dirty when I saw a picture of what she looks like now. She looks like crap.
Andy, do you have a pre-show ritual like makeup, or do you shower?
Absolutely. I like to be scented when I do my makeup. And I pride myself on makeup. Just quite, excuse me, I was going to cut my beard down.
No, you go for it.
I sit down, I turn the lights up really high so that I've got great lighting in front of the mirror. I've got all my makeup just laid out, and then I go like this. And I'm done. It normally takes, on a good night, 45 seconds. If I want to spend a little bit more time, I can perhaps do it in 50 seconds. The result's always the same, flawless.
Lovely. Do you eat before you do drag, or?
Absolutely like to have a feed before I do drag.
And what would be a typical Miss Candee feed before her drag session?
A carrot.
Lovely. Okay. Do you have any advice, makeup tips for young queens starting out?
Don't wear any. I think that's the only thing. I don't like a lot of makeup on a young person. I like a lot of makeup on a 63-year-old person. I think it looks terrific. But not on a young person. They should just be natural and natural. I should not wear a lot of makeup. I don't like it.
That's lovely.
Unless they buy it from Coles or
Big W.
Big W. Or the reject shop. Then they can have as much as they like. I'm just being an absolute.
Oh well. Do you have a coming out story for gay or for drag, or can you remember?
She remembers.
I don't know. I mean, when I started in the 70s, I can't remember. In the 80s, I have no idea. The 90s, don't know that one either. 2000, no. 2010, no, I don't really remember any. I don't have a coming out story, really. I remember my prom. I remember going to my prom.
Do we have proms in Australia?
We had proms when
I did my prom.
Yeah, well, Susie had a prom.
I did my debutante.
I couldn't get anybody to come with me. So I took my mother. They were sick, just quietly.
Is there anything that you've seen on The Real Drag Queens of Melbourne that you'd like to comment on?
Not really. I mean, I've just enjoyed watching it, I think. I think people are seeing different things in it than what perhaps I'm seeing.
Have you had anybody come up to you and mention?
That I have. I'm not going to say what the people have said. But then I'm looking at it and seeing something perhaps different. When you're sort of connected, close to something, you don't see it, the portrayal as being negative. Some people have said some things that
are negative.
Well, negative, about certain things have been said, not about. I'm not saying, it's. This is going to get awkward.
No, I understand what you're saying because I've had a similar situation.
Yeah, but when you know the people involved, it's not malicious.
It's how people they don't understand the gigging between drag queens.
I think that's the whole thing about drag. Drag's a part of that. That's all part of it. That sort of bitchiness, but it's all done in
tongue in cheek
and with love, if that makes any sense. But it is like that.
I love you, you bitch.
Yeah. So we put each other down all the time, but we actually really like being with each other most of the time.
Yes.
Kind of. Sometimes.
Who don't you like, Candee?
Well, there's no one I don't like. I know we've been through this before. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I don't know a lot of the people because I'm not out all the time, so I'm not,
Haven't got your finger on the pulse.
I haven't got my finger on the pulse anymore, and I've got a lot of other important things in my life. Like I really love Midsummer Murders, and I really love anything by Agatha Christie. I like anything with Dr. Chris Brown in it, of course. And I just sometimes, there's a twinkle in my eye when I watch an old episode of The Brady Bunch.
Disgusting. Oh, dear. Now, anyone with a lisp. Anyone with a lisp.
It's just too
straight onto
tragic.
Since I last spoke to you, have you got any more gossip? Got any gossip?
I'm really out of the loop at the moment. I'm trying to get back into it, but sometimes you're riding high in April, you're shot down in May.
Oh, I love that.
But of course, I must admit, November's always good. Shot down in June, July, April, but you get back up on top in May,
June, July.
Actually, I went into the wig shop just to
Creative
buy
Wigs in the
Creative
city.
Wigs.
Yes, I've been in there.
And I went in there to, and they all came up to me and said, "Oh, I heard you're retired. You're retired. You're retired." And I just turned around and said, "No, I didn't retire. The stage just got smaller. That's all." And if you've seen the stage downstairs at D2, it's a very small stage. But I love that stage because the thing about that stage is dancing is not required.
And you're closer to the audience.
And you're closer to the audience. And I do believe that dancing just gets in the way of a good drag show.
Yes. Do you have any funny stories?
I haven't got any funny stories really.
What about things with you and Babs? I know you and Barbara Quicksand have been good at Gal Pals over the years.
Oh, we have.
Any funny situations?
There's been no funny situations. I mean, we've had a lot of...
It's all very serious backstage, isn't it?
Well, it's not really. I mean, we have a lot of fun, but there's been no awkward moments or nothing that I could say was, you know, backstage is the most important part of it.
I heard rumours that there was going to be a Babs and dynamic duo, Babs and Candee reunion.
Well, we were going to do something, but this came up, so that's sort of temporary on hold. I mean, I still want to work with Barbara down the track somewhere, and we will. But we've been doing shows together for 25 years, so I think it's the 25th anniversary tour should be happening soon.
Bound to be some more to come.
Yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush besides Cindy Brady?
I really don't have a celebrity crush. Since I've got the computer and I've been on the internet a lot, and I never thought I would. So I find I spend a lot of time on the internet. I'm still trying to get it, find it, see how it works basically. But I like, sometimes I even watch some porn, and I tried to key, after I've had a bit to drink, I get on the thing, and I'm, like an example of the other night I was on there, and I thought, gosh, I really wouldn't mind seeing some guys, muscle guys in posing pouches. And anyway, so...
What are posing pouches?
Posing pouches, like they're like a G-string kind of thing. But they're not...
Oh, like the bodybuilders wear.
Well, yeah, so I typed in, muscle guys in posing pouches. I thought that'd be really cool. Because how you've got to type everything in. You've got to be really like what you want. Anyway, so it comes up, and I looked down and I thought, my God, they're weird photos. And what I'd keyed in was muscle guys in pooing pouches. And they had all these ads for incontinence. They had all these things for incontinence, like you could buy nappies on there.
Oh, it's worth coming across town just for that story, Candee.
Yes, I think the bottom line is, that it keeps coming up every time I try to go in after Facebook login. What pops up next is muscle guys in pooing pouches. I can't get rid of it.
You have to clear your browsing history.
Right.
I'll come round and show you how to do it.
But mind you, I'm actually finding it quite interesting.
Have you learned anything new?
Well, I haven't, because being a senior citizen myself, I do like to wear my June Allison incontinence panty shield, but it's actually these things they've got on pooing pouches. Really, it's quite something else.
Now, has anyone from the Real Drag Queens of Melbourne said anything that's upset you or?
Not really, no. No, I haven't at all. I mean, to be honest with you, sometimes, I find it very difficult to watch myself on, so I just have to fast forward anything my bits, kind of thing.
Can I just tell you that someone said to me that they loved seeing you all serious, because last time I filmed you was 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah. But, and that's not really a true side of what, when I'm in drag, I'm never like that.
No, as we all know.
I think that's not really what the drag is like. We hide behind these characters, and sometimes we need alcohol to help us along the way. So you try and do it and try to be funny or whatever. It's very difficult to do it dressed up when you don't, when the inhibitions are still there, if that makes any sense, I reckon. Yeah.
Can you think of anything, Susie, to ask her? Can you think of anything you'd like to add?
I can't, really. No, I can't. I mean, I think everything that's been said's been said.
Well, I guess we're done for now then.
I think we're basically done.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Well, pleasure.
We love you, Candee.
We'll see you next
You
time.
keep being you.
Well, hopefully people will come to DT's and enjoy it.
Yeah, so you're on every Saturday?
Every Saturday night. And, you know, it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Yes, and she hasn't sung yet.
She hasn't sung yet. Okay.
We've got a stunning guest star next week, haven't we? We have. Who is it? Don't know.
But we're going to do a fantastic finale next week. So I think the show screams for a finale, doesn't it? So
It really does need, I think it needs a big finale.
we need a big finish.
Yeah. I'll start feathering something for you. We hope you're enjoying our little bit here, and we'll see you next week. If you loved us, please tell your friends, and if you didn't, tell someone who fucking cares.